Hi, Douglas Simonson here, coming to you from Mexico with a painting demonstration. Today I'm going to be doing a nude of Steve Chen. I worked with Steve Chen in LA a few years ago. We drove up to Malibu and then we hiked to a deserted stretch of beach and we had a great photo shoot. And by the way, I've created an ebook called Steve, which has some of the best photos from that shoot. And you can find that on my website in the ebooks gallery. And here is the photo from that shoot that I'm going to be working from today. Also, here is the tweaked version of that photo. I do a Photoshop tweak to make my photos easier to work from. And if you want to know more about that, there is a video on this channel called Using Photoshop to Make Photos Easier to Paint From. It's all in there. This is going to be an acrylic sketch rather than a full-on painting on canvas. The difference is it's faster, it's looser, it's smaller. I start by tearing off a sheet of 11 by 14 Fabriano watercolor paper. Then I do a rough sketch in pencil. You don't have to make this super detailed. You just want something you'll be able to follow when you're doing your painting. Sometimes I do an acrylic wash over the whole thing when I'm doing an acrylic sketch, and sometimes I don't. This time I decided to do one, and I used burnt umber. While that wash is drying, I start mixing the basic colors I'm going to need for this painting, and they're basically flesh tones. I'm starting with the darkest dark, which is going to be a purplish, reddish kind of mix, and then gradually I mix lighter and lighter tones. I am using just 5 colors here: burnt umber, ultramarine blue, quinacridone magenta, cadmium red medium, and yellow oxide, which is an earth yellow. And of course, white. And now it's time to start painting. Now that the body is basically established, I'm going to add the background color because I want to see how it works with the figure. For this background color, I've decided to use a kind of yellowish green, a kind of earthy, almost khaki color. And I get that by mixing yellow oxide with a little ultramarine blue. And then to make that green less vivid and more toward a brown or a khaki, I add some cadmium red. Now that I've added some of the background color, I see that it does work well with the figure. So now I can turn my attention back to the figure. Okay, I like the background and I could just leave it all one value, but I think I want more depth. So I mix a lighter version for the foreground around the shadow that the figure is casting on the ground. and a darker version for the upper corners. And then I kind of blend it all. This makes the figure look more three-dimensional, and it adds some drama, and sometimes that's nice. And there's the finished painting or acrylic sketch. I call it Chinese Bodybuilder in the Sun. And because it's an acrylic sketch, not a finished painting, you'll find it in the Rough Sketches gallery on my website in the members only section. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this painting come together and maybe picked up some tips. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That gives me encouragement to do more videos. And if you got a little inspired watching me paint today, great! Put on your painting pants and go paint!